everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I am Stephanie Lewis with Mag Real Estate.
I'm Tammy Irvin with Mag Real Estate, and thank you for joining us.
So tonight we're going to talk about Zillow, Zestimates, and some of the biggest misconceptions we see in real estate.
Yes, indeed. So as Zillow is really a great opportunity app, website for people to use, there's also some downfalls. And so tonight we're just going to discuss the good, the bad, and the evil, right?
Right? The ugly. Yeah.
The ugly. Very good. Yes.
Yeah. So before anybody thinks we're here to bash Zillow, we're not. We're not. I use Zillow to a certain extent.
Right?
Yeah. I think, some realtors use Zillow for certain things. But
I use it.
I mean, yeah. I feel like we all do to a certain extent.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. I use it just because I'm when I'm trying to get a feel for what a client is potentially looking for.
Sure.
They may say open floor plan, but at the same time, does that open floor plan mean I want the kitchen in the front of the house, or do I want the kitchen in the back of the house?
Right.
Like, do I want the master separated from the other 2 or 3 rooms, or do I want them all together? It's all about what that client wants.
Sure.
And so honestly, Zillow is actually a great resource in that situation, because sometimes I don't know for sure what they like and what they don't like.
Exactly.
So it kind of sets the floor.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that everything they send me is exactly on point, but at least I also get ideas about colors.
Sure.
Do they like tans? Do they like grays? Like, where are we going with this?
Right.
So
yeah, it can be really telling.
It really can.
Yeah.
And so it is a good tool in that avenue.
Sure. I agree.
Sure.
So Tammy, let's start with the big one. So how many times have you heard somebody say, my house is worth $500,000 because Zillow says so?
At least once a week.
Just once?
Maybe more.
Maybe more than once a week.
Maybe more than once a week.
Okay, so kind of explain to everybody, what exactly is a Zestimate?
Okay, so a Zestimate is using an algorithm, which is also, we call it, in real estate, we call it an automated valuation model, which they're just going off of just the number of for sales in your area. And it's very misleading because Zillow hasn't walked the property.
Sure.
Right? So they're just going off of a measure of numbers. They're not really using for, solds. They're using for sales. And as you know, houses are sitting on the market for 6 months right now.
Sure.
Potentially 6 months or more. And it doesn't mean that your realtor did anything wrong. It's just the market.
Yeah. So it's not an appraisal.
No.
Right.
It is not an appraisal. And it's honestly not a CMA, which we call a comparative market analysis, is what realtors do when we're trying to find the price of what your home will be sold for. So it's not even that.
Yeah.
Because when we do that, we actually walk your property.
Sure. And so that is not actually someone physically evaluating the property itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a numbers game.
Yeah.
It's just Zillow grabbing numbers.
Yeah. It's a computer making its best guess.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And if anybody's used chat or any of the other AI, you can't just throw things up, right? You have to do your back work and just make sure that the AI is actually getting real information.
Right.
Yeah.
So why do you think people trust it so much?
The number. Because a lot of people see that big number that Zillow is throwing out at them.
Sure.
And they're like, oh, my house is worth $500,000.
Wow. Yeah.
In reality, it may not be worth $500,000.
Yeah.
And it is not an appraisal.
Right.
Or even a market analysis.
And they really like it when it's higher than expected.
Right. And Zillow uses that as, I'm going to call it a catfish, because Zillow uses that as a catch.
Right.
Because they sell your lead. So if they make your property look more enticing / valued higher, they know that you're probably going to reach out, because you're like, oh, okay, well, I only paid 250 and now it's worth 500,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not saying that your house isn't worth 500. I'm
Sure.
just saying that it's just a mess of numbers that they're grabbing for.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works, right?
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
Well, some
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
It's not a physical, actual realtor walking your house.
Exactly.
So there's
Right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about some things that Zillow doesn't know.
All right, let's do that. Let's talk about things that they don't know. But I want to back the bus just a second.
Okay.
Because there's actually a little something that Zestimate doesn't do right. Potentially, well, not potentially, it's been proven that Zillow is actually 2 to 8% wrong on their
I
Zestimate.
would agree with that.
So, if you're saying my house is worth $500,000 and we're in that 2 to 8% variance, that's as much as $36,000 that Zillow is off. And when we say it could be less, but it could be more. And
Yeah.
we'll go into that further because she actually has a story and so do I. So we have other avenues to prove that that is actually a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do think people like the Zillow estimate because it's convenient.
Sure. Sure.
You know
It's
what I'm
easy.
saying?
Yeah.
Kind of like TikTok.
It's convenient.
TikTok
Yeah.
when they show us all those beautiful things that make your wrinkles go away.
Right. Yes.
Or
Aren't those great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or shoes that we think we need. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyway,
So
sorry,
we
got
don't
off
really-
track there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what
Okay.
Zillow doesn't know.
What Zillow doesn't know, does it know that you remodeled your kitchen?
No, it doesn't know.
It doesn't?
It doesn't
It doesn't?
know.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't know that I replaced my roof, my air conditioner, and my windows.
True. Does it know that you paid $30,000 for your landscaping?
No, it doesn't know that
Yeah.
either. And
Yeah.
definitely landscaping is beautiful.
Does it know that you have a great view in Canyon Lake?
It doesn't. And that's when things get interesting because Zillow doesn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it know that you live on a busy road?
No. Or next to the dump.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the dump, but I mean, seriously. Or potentially, like, the mechanic next door has 20 cars parked in the street
Right.
because there is no HOA.
Can it smell the smells?
No, it cannot smell the smells.
Right?
Can't
Oh,
smell
that can be
Granny's
so bad.
mothballs, the kitty litter,
Yes.
the puppy dogs.
Yes. The smoke.
Yes.
The smoke.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Or easement. Like that's
power lines,
yes,
easements.
Yes, yes. So I had a property that I had listed, and we had two of the same floor plans. My property was on the street, and their property was close to the electrical easement.
Mhm.
So that power line sat right on the fence line, and exact same floor plan, and that house sold for $20,000 less because of that easement. So you know,
yeah,
that's one of those things that you have to be careful for.
Yeah.
And sadly, I feel bad for the folks that buy the house near the easement because they don't know that, especially if they didn't have a realtor. A realtor would have told them.
Yes.
But if they didn't know that, then you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just like it doesn't know if you have foundation issues or HVAC issues or anything like that.
Right.
And another example is, so my husband and I bought a house in Canyon Lake in 2021. We basically stripped it down to the studs. And I mean, we replaced cabinets and countertops and vanities and flooring. I mean, you name it. We replaced it.
Sure.
And if you go out to Zillow, our Zestimate is probably $50,000 less than what I would say that it's actually worth.
A perfect example.
Yeah.
I mean, those are two great examples of what Zestimate is not seeing.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, and it's not just about the particular house, it's also the location, like we said.
Yes.
You know,
location's huge.
It is.
Yeah.
It could have a beautiful view, it could have a terrible view. So then those all bring value, which is something that Zestimate can't see. Right. So yeah. So let's talk acreage.
Okay.
Because acreage is actually something that Zillow can't read, right?
Right.
So it's not reading if it has a well, if it has a septic, if it has electrical, and y'all just built So, electrical is expensive.
It
Well is expensive. Septic is expensive.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So what about an ag exemption?
Yeah, exactly. Or wildlife.
Wildlife.
Which on the smaller end of things, I believe it's like 2 acres. But I wanted to back up on the well and the septic and the electrical. So if I have 5 acres that has all of those amenities, it's gonna price about $100,000 higher than a 5-acre tract that doesn't have any of those things, right?
Right.
So Zillow can't read that either.
Right.
And also a neighborhood, like if your neighborhood isn't gated and the neighborhood next door is gated, it's very likely that Zillow's going to read those numbers and say, oh, these are $1 million houses and these are 500. And just because you're closely located to each other, it may give your estimate much higher than actually
it's definitely going to be skewed.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Well said. Yeah, for sure. So So back to that. So property, well, septic, that's all gonna play into on an acreage. Also, there's also things like
a pond
or a cliff. What if you have 5 acres and it has or you have 1 acre and it has a cliff on it and you want to build a house on it? Well, your 1 acre that's flat that you can build on is going to be valued higher than your 1 acre that has a cliff on it.
Which you see all the time in Canyon Lake.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, some of those lots are like cliffs.
I know. Yeah. And that's a good $30,000 extra to build a house on it. With the foundation and the all the things that go with it.
We just built a home in Canyon Lake and we had to spend an extra $60,000 just on foundation because of that. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It's not pretty.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So then you add in, waterfront property.
Yes.
Hill country views.
Yeah. Historical, all the things.
Yeah.
I will say an acre in Seguin is going to be 35 to 50, which here in Comal County, we're looking at anywhere from 80 up.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Demographics plays a huge part in that.
For sure.
Not saying that one is better or less than better. It's just that, different areas bring different values,
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So can we talk about something different?
Sure.
Kind of different?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Zillow rabbit hole. That we can sometimes go down.
Yes.
So nobody gets on Zillow just intending to spend just an hour there, right? So
I mean, I do intend to just a few minutes or less than, but unfortunately, I start looking at things and then I'm like, whoa.
You've already got your dream house picked out in Colorado.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got my beach house picked out in Hawaii.
Or Florida.
And it's like 5 times what I can afford.
Right. Exactly. But we can dream, right?
I mean,
yeah. We're just like, oh, I'm gonna take my house. I'm gonna take my kids there.
Right.
When I win the lottery, this is my house.
Yeah, my grandbabies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I feel like this one surprises a lot of people. So you find a house on Zillow, and then you click that contact agent button.
Yes.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Not the listing agent.
Not the listing agent.
Please no, you are not talking
You are not talking to the listing
There's
agent.
a mazillion agents that pay for those Zillow leads. So when you think that you're going to talk to the listing agent, you're not. You're not.
Yeah. And I've actually heard people say, oh, but I didn't want to bother my realtor.
Bother me.
Bother us. That's what we are here for.
Yes.
We are here to help you.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Yes.
I always tell people, if you're afraid of reaching out to me, then send a text message or send an email and I'll read it first thing in the morning. If it's a text message and I've already gone to bed or my phone has died because our phone
We're on it all day.
Yes, we are. So just because we don't answer right away doesn't mean that we're not seeing it. It's just that our phone died. Well,
Yes.
so we aren't seeing it, but we will reply as soon as
Yes.
we
Yes.
can.
Yeah.
So, this is our job, and you are
Literally.
never bothering us. We want your text messages, we want your phone calls, and we want your emails.
Absolutely.
If you feel like an email or a text message is less intrusive, then do it.
Mm-hmm.
But we still
Mm-hmm.
want to hear from you. So don't ever take it that way.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So another thing people don't realize is that Zillow is not the MLS.
It is not the MLS.
It is not the MLS.
So, MLS is a multiple listing service that us agents pay for, and then it gets fed to Zillow. So, Zillow gets all of that because we all put all that we put that information in there, and it is fed to Zillow. So, we know everything that's on the backside. So, absolutely, Zillow is not the MLS because the MLS also holds properties in there, or material, I should say, that is like our seller's disclosure, our supplements,
surveys, HOA docs,
deeds and restrictions. Also, not just the seller disclosure, but recently the state of Texas, we actually added a new form that is for groundwater and
surface
rights. So as a property landowner, we now have that seller disclosure, and that is also a wealth of information. People sell properties and they actually have groundwater rights, which means that they sell the water. And potentially,
you have a great example for this.
Yeah, so I had a client that was a buyer, and the developer was keeping half of the water rights, and so that was before this was actually a thing, and now we actually have a seller disclosure for that, which I think is really great, because I think we should have had it probably 5 years ago, because water is a real thing. It is not disclosed under mineral rights. So if anybody tells you that it is not. Water is exclusively a whole other thing. And people buying property should know about those rights.
Absolutely.
They actually only got half of their water rights, but they still have access to all the water. It's just that when the water is sold, they only get half the profit because the developer took half the profit. The well is actually maintained by the aquifer, the folks who are selling the water. So, like, if their water levels go down, they get a deeper well. So, kind of, it has its good and its bads. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that water rights is a real thing in Texas. And you should ask for that if you're buying land.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Another item that isn't on Zillow would be floodplains.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, HOAs. I think we talked about deed restrictions.
Restrictions, utilities.
Yes,
is another one.
Easements. Easements. Those utility easements or road easements.
Yeah. All the things that can completely change things for a buyer.
Exactly. And I'll be honest with you, when I'm actually going to show a client, if they send me 5 houses, we'll just say they're off of Zillow. If they send me 5 houses off Zillow, I'm going on my MLS and I'm actually going to do, I call it the back work. I'm going to send them the seller disclosure. I'm going to send
due diligence.
Yeah, I'm going to send them the deed restrictions. I'm going to make sure you're not in a FEMA flood. Zillow's not telling you that.
Right.
Well, actually, sometimes I think it does tell you that. It does tell you that, but it doesn't tell you deed restrictions. It doesn't tell you HOA. It doesn't tell you seller disclosure, the water, the well.
All the important stuff. Not that flood's not, but
no, flood. For sure. Yeah. Flood is important. It's just that this is why you pay a real estate agent and why we do what we do, because there's so much more to buying and selling than a Zestimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like Zillow kind of gives you the highlights.
It does.
Yes.
Well said. It's like a trailer.
Yes. Yes.
It's like a trailer to a movie.
Yes. The Zillow is the trailer and the MLS is the actual movie.
Yes.
How about that?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I like it.
I
like
love it.
Okay. So we're going to play a game.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to play myth or fact.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to play the lightning round. You have 30 seconds to answer. I'm just kidding. That's a Friends reference.
What? Oh.
It's a Friends reference. I'm sorry. Okay.
I love Friends.
Okay. So here we go. So I have a list of things here. So my house is worth whatever Zillow says.
Myth.
Okay. If my Zestimate goes up $20,000 overnight, that means my house is worth $20,000 more.
I'm going to say myth.
Myth?
Yeah.
Okay. Price per square foot tells the whole story.
So it is a myth, but also I just want to also go a little deeper on that one because appraisal and also what we do for comparative market analysis is actually we are using price per square foot. So it's the trailer.
Exactly.
It's the trailer.
Exactly.
It doesn't know all the things.
Mm-hmm.
So while it is a good storytelling of what is to come, it's not really the real thing because at the end of the day, Zillow doesn't know the foundation. It doesn't know the air conditioner. It doesn't know the location.
It hasn't walked through the house.
It hasn't walked and smelled the smells.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe all the things, right?
Yeah, all the things.
Okay.
All the things. Okay.
Okay.
Highest offer always wins.
Myth.
I need 20% down to buy a house.
Also a myth. You only need 3.5.
Yeah. Big difference.
Yes.
Big
yes.
difference.
Yes.
Yes. Spring is the only good time to sell.
No, because people have to buy and sell throughout the year. For sure have closed things in September, October, November, December. People's lives happen, right? Like parents want to move here because their children are having children. They're retired and they want to move here. Or they're retired and they got to take care of their parents.
Sure.
So they need a different home that is
it's always a different scenario.
It is. So while summertime is a great time for the families that are moving for schools and all the things, sure.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
life happens.
Yeah. Agreed. For sure.
A Zestimate is an appraisal.
No, it is not.
No.
Not even close. Not even close. And just to be clear on appraisal, appraisals are used when you're buying a property to make sure that for the company, the lender that is actually making the loan, that they're not making a loan on a property that isn't valued at what they're giving their loan. So if you're gonna borrow $500,000 and the house is only worth $450,000 by the appraisal, and the appraisal has the final word, not Zestimate, not me and you, but the appraiser has the final word, then that client has to come up with $50,000 cash to make up the difference, or the land property owner has to discount it. So when Zestimate's throwing out numbers, it's very misleading.
Yeah.
It's very misleading. And very confusing at the same time.
For sure.
Yes.
Last one. If a house is on Zillow, that means that sucker is available.
No, it's not. Don't go knocking on that door.
Please.
Grandpa might come out in his boxers and no shirt on. We all don't want to see that. So definitely don't go knocking on the door.
For sure. Don't go knock on that door.
No, it's not.
Okay, so now we're going to play Realtor Hot Takes.
Okay.
Hot Takes.
Okay.
So, open houses, sell houses.
I think that they help, but no, they don't necessarily sell a house, but you should definitely have open houses.
For sure.
Not against it, but it doesn't necessarily sell the house.
I agree. Price reductions are always bad.
No, price reductions are not always bad. The market changes, and a lot of it is seasonal. A lot of it is based off of just the market, like where interest rates sitting.
Sure.
Just all the things. I'm not going to get political here, but just things.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
there's that.
Yeah. we'll digress on that one.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Most people know what their house is worth.
Not true. Not true. I think most people have a number that they wish that their house was worth.
Or what they think Zillow says.
Yes.
That's part of the problem, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. So, I feel like, a few years ago when the market was crazy, which still New Braunfels, this area, it's always a hot market. I'm not saying that we're hot, like the market is hot here, because we have 6 months of inventory on the market. So what that means is that if every house sold right now, it would take 6 months for every house to sell that is currently listed on the market. So, I just don't think that, I don't think people quite understand that in the last few years, we've had to correct ourselves, if you will. We were going gangbusters here when the interest rates were low.
Right.
Like, some people didn't even view a home. They just looked at it online and gave an offer.
Yeah.
Today, this is not what we are today here in this area.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is a buyer's market. So offers are definitely considered at this point.
For sure.
We're not just being like, oh, my house is worth double what it actually is worth, because that's not where we are today. Yeah. We're not.
For sure.
We are correcting ourselves.
The market is definitely correcting itself.
Yes. And it doesn't mean that, that your house isn't worth, that it's not valuable, because your house is absolutely worth, and your house is actually absolutely valuable. It's just that we're not in the 2021, 22 market
The
anymore.
crazy market.
No, we are not.
Yeah.
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 All right.
So I just want to check. Do we have any questions or anything?
Yeah, I don't know. Do we have any?
I don't think we do.
What? Hi, Autumn.
Hi, Autumn.
We love you.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Mud and Pid. Yes.
Yes, you're right. Yes,
for
that's
sure.
a great one. So Mud and Pids are extra taxation, which is like Plum Creek or something like that. There's it's a small extra taxation, and you're right. Zillow does not see those extra taxations. Correct. And so they do play a part in his estimate. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I think that was our only thing.
Okay. All right.
Oh, she has a mud.
I have mud. Yeah. Yeah.
It happens. It happens. There's places here. I don't think I should call them out, but there are places here in Comal County as well that have muds and pids. Yeah. And if you have a real estate agent, they will for sure tell you about those muds and pids before you make an offer on that house.
Absolutely.
Yes, because if you're buying new construction, a mud and a pid can be, at the time of closing, can be an extra $2,000. And it's just when you buy the house. Right. The second owner doesn't have to pay the mud pid. However, there is a taxation, a percentage, but they don't have to pay those straight out of the gate. Yeah.
Good way of putting it. Yeah. All right. Well, Tammy, I think the biggest takeaway tonight is that Zillow is it's a good starting point for consumers.
It is. For sure.
It is. I'm not going to lie. But it's not the whole story.
It's not. And just I wanted to say this too. Zillow is I'm sorry. The state of Texas is actually a non-disclosure state. So when Zillow's making all of those numbers, like this is what your house is worth, we're a non-disclosure. So they honestly don't even know what the house down the street sold for. Right. It's non-disclosure, and I'll be honest, everybody's like, oh, that house on the street sold for $450,000. Oh, well, that's great. Did it have a pool? Did it have this? Did it have that? Right. Like, and honestly, do you actually factually know that it closed for $450,000? Because at the end of the day, we're non-disclosure. Right. So They can't say that they actually know.
Yeah.
We do, and appraisers 100% do get to see solds because we're licensed to do that.
Yeah.
But as far as the state of Texas goes, we are non-disclosure. Come and take it.
That's right. Well, and it's definitely not a substitute for the local market knowledge.
No, it's not.
Right.
It is absolutely not. It is, Zestimates are basically a math problem.
Yeah, for sure.
That they're trying to solve.
If that's your takeaway tonight, that's it right there.
Yeah, it's a math problem. It's not an actual market analysis or an appraisal.
Yep.
So
every neighborhood is different.
Sure.
Every market is different.
Sure.
And every home has a story that algorithm isn't going to tell.
Exactly.
Right?
Well said.
Yeah. So good stuff.
Yeah. So wait. Oh, what are buyers missing when they rely solely on Zillow for their home search? That is a really great question. I'm gonna say that Zillow doesn't exactly offer all of the seller disclosure. It doesn't give you all the FEMA floodplains. It doesn't give you
it's all those disclosures. It's the HOA docs. It's
easements. Sorry,
easements.
I had a brain fog there for a second. Yeah. So Mag Real Estate says, no, I'm just kidding. Sell price on the MLS so as a realtor, can you give clear value? Sell prices on the MLS though. Yes, we can absolutely give an absolute clear value of what the actual home is versus, Zestimate. He's just throwing around some numbers. Another question was, but how do they affect value and debt to income on a payment? MUD. So the MUD question, which is MUD is a municipality utility district, and then a PID is also the same thing. So like when they develop a neighborhood, they potentially have these municipalities that are charging extra because taxation to the actual neighborhood because they developed it, right? So does that affect the value of the debt to income on a payment? Absolutely, because your payment is going to be higher. So it's like a tax. So when they do your payment, so your house payment includes your actual house payment, and then it includes your taxes and your insurance and all the things, right? So a MUD will for sure affect that. Absolutely. That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. And it does affect the value. I think that's it.
Okay.
I think I read all the questions.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, so hopefully tonight we have answered a lot of your questions that you may have about Zillow.
Yes, and thank you for the questions.
Yes, thank you. We were so worried that we weren't going to get any.
Yeah, I know. We just went over here chatty.
Yeah.
So yes, MUDs affect the value of the debt to income for your payment. Also, yes, they are missing things on Zillow in their home search that their realtor will see. Again, that's why you should reach out to your realtor. You should ask them questions. And honestly, when you send us properties that you want to see, we're on the backside looking at all the things that Zillow cannot look at.
Yeah.
One of the things that Zillow doesn't always show is why a home came back on the market. So potentially, it was under contract and it may not have passed inspections. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad house because it can be fixed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it may
just depends on the situation.
Absolutely. A lot of times when those things happen, the homeowner will have the repairs made. And I always tell people, don't be afraid because a house came on the market and then off the market. It potentially got fixed. If Zillow disappeared tomorrow, would consumers actually be at a disadvantage, or have we become too dependent on it? I think that consumers have become dependent on it.
Absolutely.
Us as realtors, we are not dependent on it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. Oh, the buyer may not have qualified.
Oh, good word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm pretty sure that's Matthew.
Yeah.
So he's saying that it may not have been the actual, there may not have been something wrong with the house, that the buyer may not have qualified. So sometimes buyers actually get pre-qualified for their loans. And then when it comes down to once we've gone under contract, if they went and bought a car or a couch,
right,
it can potentially, or furnishings for the house, which we always tell everybody, don't buy anything. Once we're under contract, please don't buy anything.
That's a topic for another webinar.
Yeah, it is. 100%. Please don't do that. Yes. So the buyer may not have it qualified. You are not wrong. Yes. Yeah. Okay, kids, we got anything else? We're 37 minutes.
It's good.
Woohoo! Woo! Okay. If we have no more questions.
Yeah, so hopefully we busted a few myths tonight.
I hope we did. Yeah. I hope we did. Yeah. I think that the big takeaway is that we are the boots on the ground. Your real estate agent is the boots on the ground.
Absolutely.
The agent that's reaching back out to you on Zillow is not the listing agent.
It's not.
It's not even close.
Yeah, they're not going to know anything about the house that you're questioning.
No. I mean, they may know, but they're not going to know all the things that the listing agent actually.
Right.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Okay. Is there anything else?
I don't think so. I think we covered everything we thought about covering.
Yeah.
Okay,
so next week we have Destiny and Autumn.
Yeah, they're going to be talking about real estate investing. So if you've thought about owning a rental property, maybe creating some passive income, things like that.
Yes.
You're definitely going to want to tune in for that.
Yes, for sure. And that'll be next week at 6:30. Okay, so we got 2 more questions.
Oh, okay.
What's the craziest estimate you've ever seen? I actually have seen one that it said that the house was actually below. It said that it was worth like 150.
Yeah.
And it was really worth about 500 to 550.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm not even kidding. Yeah.
Wow.
I have seen that.
Okay.
And Mag, I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. Who are they? Okay, what's the one thing that you wish real estate websites would tell buyers and sellers?
Refer to your realtor.
Yes! Great answer. Refer to us, because we've worked really hard.
Yes.
To get you all the right answers. And honestly, we have all the tools. We pay money for all of the tools. So there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't use us. Okay, wait, hold on 1 second. I do think that consumers have become too dependent on Zillow. But I think it's because they think that they're bothering us.
Well, and it's easy and it's convenient.
Right. And they can do it at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
Where
they feel like at 10 o'clock at night, they're bothering their realtor.
Right.
And maybe sometimes they are, but like Tammy said, send an email.
Yes.
Send an email and we'll get it.
Or a text message. For sure. Who are the people they get connected to when they contact an agent on Zillow? They are connected to an agent that is actually paying for Zillow leads. They're not getting connected to the actual listing agent. So, yeah. They're paying for someone who doesn't actually have leads on their own. Mm-hmm. So they're paying for leads.
Right.
Which means that they're not super busy, potentially. So they're paying for leads. What else? Okay, y'all better hurry. Say it.
Okay, going once.
Yeah.
Going twice.
I'm going to revert back to that the Zestimates are just numbers. They're not actual appraisals or comparative market analysis. And I think that's going to do it.
For sure. They know nothing about the property.
Absolutely. What is a showcase listing?
Showcase listing.
A showcase listing is something that they paid extra for to showcase. It doesn't mean it. Yeah, it's an ad. It doesn't mean that it's extra special or luxurious or all the things. Mm-hmm. They're paying for it to be showcased. Yeah. Good question. Thank you for question. That one. Thank you so much, Ms. Sheffield. Anyway, okay. So that concludes tonight's webinar. Again, Autumn and Destiny will be on next week, and they're going to be doing
real estate investing.
Investing, yes.
Yes. So mark your calendars. Next Wednesday, 6:30.
And honestly, this is a perfect market to be doing investment properties in.
Absolutely. Yes.
If you don't believe me, just take a look at the market. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank y'all. Y'all have a super blessed night, and we'll see y'all next week.
All right. Thanks, everybody.